Well, it's the first week of October. The nights are drawing in. It's getting darker out there now. England won the Test series against India. Essex man Alistair Cook retired on a century. Hamilton looks like a shoe-in for the Formula One. The mighty West Ham won a couple of matches. Hurrah! And the PM showed that she's a worse dancer than me. So I think it's time for another one of my In Practice blogs. I'm not an expert on IR35, but all I know is it's a dog's dinner of uncertainty, a mishmash pulled together over umpteen years of trying to fix problems and put it, and it's just a complete and utter dog's dinner. However, you would assume, would you not? Let's be 100% honest. If someone's going to get it right about an IR35 status, contractor within IR35, outside of IR35, you think all day long, wouldn't it be HMRC? Now here we have, last month we had the case of a contractor working for HMRC who, having been put through the dreaded IR35 tool, came out and was decided that this particular contractor had to be within the IR35 rules. Okay, so far. So this particular worker was pushed through an agency in order to work for HMRC. However, having been reclassified as a worker, this person was not paid any form of holiday pay that was their entitlement as a worker. She then took HMRC and the agency to tribunal. It's taken over a year, which is astonishing, to get to the point where, before they go into the meeting, HMRC, the agency, back off and pay up the significant sum of outstanding holiday pay. Couple of things come to mind. Surely, now is the time. You know, we're going to have Brexit, we're going to get all sorts of things sorted, we're going to have big clear outs all over the place with MTD. Can we not sort out once and for all and get a reasonable answer to the IR35 conundrum that everyone can live with and can actually understand? That's the first thing. The second thing is, why does it take so long for HMRC, etc., to make their decisions? Why was this particular person put through basically a year of upset and anger? And we know what it's like. Anybody who's been involved, even as an accountant, you get upset for your clients. You can see the effect investigations are having on them. You can see the effect long drawn out affairs are having on their personal health and well-being. Why does it take so long for these things to happen? And really and honestly, HMRC should be ashamed that they didn't recognise the rights earlier on and get this resolved and put this particular contractor out of a lot of angst and worry. I think it brings HMRC, it puts HMRC in a very poor light, and really and honestly, it's about time they stood up to the plate, started thinking about the effects they're having on individuals and not just about a supposed tax gap that's littered with flaws. Surely this is the time. Well, let's say here we are in the first week of October. We're 6 months away from the first, from the beginning of MTD for VAT. And we're beginning to see, at long last, we're beginning to see the linking software coming onto the market. We've seen offerings now from, I think Clearbooks have got one, BTC have got one, TaxCalc have got something, Absolute Accounts have got something. And we're actually seeing the other day, and I'm sorry I forgot the name of it, but we're seeing the first supposedly completely free pieces of software to link your spreadsheets, etc., to file your VAT returns. Let's be 100% honest. I can just imagine, let's use my crystal ball here, and I can see myself in about July, October reading headlines from HMRC about how wonderfully well the first VAT returns have gone in and MTD is a huge success, etc., etc. And when all is said and done, there's absolutely no doubt, as in the past, the bulk of the filings for VAT will be made by small practice accountants. We will rise to the occasion. We will get it done. You know, most of our cloud-based software will provide solutions for our straightforward VAT. Where we need to use a spreadsheet or do some extra work, partial exemption, that type of thing, the linking software will be there, and at the moment it is only transmitting those self-same 9 boxes, and who knows, post-Brexit maybe a couple of them will disappear, who knows. So, you know, if you put a loaded gun to my head, MTD, this is the one that should go better, easier than anything. And in all honesty, as I've said, I think small practice accountants will rise to the occasion and we will get it dealt with. But that's not to say that its big brother, MTD FB, MTD for business, is going to be the same. I think not. This is a significant different animal than VAT. Involves so much more work, etc., etc. That's going to be a whole new ball game. And I think undoubtedly that if HMRC trumpet about how successful MTD for VAT is, and it will be a success ultimately, they should not use that to say therefore MTD FB is also going to be a success and is also going to be easy. It's a different animal altogether, and we really must be aware of HMRC using the success of VAT and saying this is a springboard and proof that MTD FB is going to be an absolute shoe-in and easy. That's a different matter. But as I say, the good thing is for MTD, for VAT, the linking software is beginning to come out, albeit ridiculously late, bearing in mind we've got 6 months to go and one, you know, basically no more than 2 VAT returns, and we got our 31st of January filing deadline coming up. So in all honesty, it would have been much better if this stuff had come out significantly earlier. We've now got, as I say, 6 months to look at, test the software, decide which one we want to use for our practice, get it bedded in, and actually start using it, which it really is, as ever, not enough time. But you know what, accountants, we rise to these sort of occasions. We made RTI work, if you can say it's working now. We made self-assessment work. So I've no doubt whatsoever that we will make the MTD for VAT work. Well, it's been a very busy month for myself and the team at ICPA. In September, we had our fabulous Practice Evolution Conference in Manchester with a superb keynote presented by the Paralympic athlete Danny Crates. Lots of good content from a whole range of speakers, very well received by everybody. I also presented at the Accountancy Forum on Small Practices, the Future's Digital, in London at the Waldorf Hotel, and I presented the Small Practice Award in Practice Excellence also last month. Going forward, what's happening in the coming month? Well, 1st of November, I'll be taking a mini Practice Evolution down to Thornbury on the outskirts of Bristol. So if you want to come along, please just get in touch with the ICPA. I'll be there presenting. We've also got Richard Sutton from Iowaka and Sean Mallon from BizDAC presenting to the people. So please, it's completely free, 9:30 start, I believe, but please, just if you want to come along, get in touch with the ICPA off the website there, www.icpa.org.uk, or give us a call, 0800 074 2896. We'll give you the full details. As I say, it's down in Thornbury on the where all the motorways link up on the outside or outskirts of Bristol. It should be a great morning. It's the 1st of November. If you're interested, completely free, do come along. And then, of course, at the tail end of November, we'll be in Glasgow at the Accountancy Live up there in Glasgow. I'll be presenting on both days. My team will be with me. We'll be exhibiting at, as I say, on behalf of the ICPA. So please, If you're a Scottish accountant, you're up there, if you're a member, do come along. If you're anywhere near Glasgow, do come along and say hi. It would be really great to meet you. If you're not a member, do come along to the whole conference. It should be a really good conference, good lineup of speakers. If you want to catch my presentation, that'd be great as well. Come along and meet the team and say hi. But as I say, get that in your diary. It's the Accountancy Live, tail end of November. Check the website and you'll see for dates, exact dates. Or as I say, 1st of November in Thornbury. If you fancy coming along and meeting myself, Richard Sutton of iWalker, Sean Mallon of BizDAC, maybe I'll catch you there. Thank you.